through a main. You've definitely got options that can work for you, but it's all about coordination, I think, in some of those scenarios. So we'll see if they have that level of coordination, or if Chicken Coop can get started on the right foot and not have to look back after a couple.
Well, starting it out towards the middle here with some quick aggression from Chicken Coop. You know what they can bring to the table on their T side. Jumping up there's Janji, and the support coming through from the Temple side. Great accuracy coming through from Carver, and he dances back inside the smoke right there. A side might be overwhelmed, but perfect defense coming through initially. Will handle business. And Taggy with the dual Berettas right here. Not exactly the ideal weaponry. They're going for knife kills right now. He's getting stabbed. Carver carving him up here for Worms, and it's going to be an opening pistol round.
I mean, Carver was just such a nuisance there in camera, dealing with so much of what's being thrown at him. You got flying T's across your screen. You're nailing those headshots. You're able to stay alive for as long as possible, going in through that smoke. And look at that. He's just bought an auto. Okay, he sold it. I was going to say, man, that would have been absolutely insane to pull off in round number 2. But he plays it actually favorably conservative here in terms of his expenditures. Just an MP9. Usually you like to see that kind of like op just purchase straight away, but just in case there's a force buy, just in case there's a way where these T's can cut down distance, we'll play it a little safer. This is weird.
A little lurking business here from Bagel. Would be nice if he had the bomb. Can maybe talk about some extra funding going his way, but soon should be able to find him out with just a Glock. Now spotted out there. Carver gonna once again be the finishing kill. This time with the weaponry instead of the knives out. Still 6K to work with. Now he can buy the auto. After being able to farm up a little bit of quick cash there with the MP9.
He's keeping it. He's keeping it.
Well then.
And he lets his teammate just buy the up. That's crazy.
There you go. Well, I mean, I imagine there's going to be some sort of forward pressure from Carver in some form or fashion. Got some utility towards carpets at the moment for him. Actually looks like it lands in towards the front of A main. Interesting to toss out early, maybe trying to make sure that they can't get inside of A main before he can get in a position with that smoke down, and might allow for a little bit of ease of access here. Either way, Chicken Coop looking to test the B bomb site and the opening gates, and right now there's just a lot of resistance ready to go. There's so many defenders ready to help out here. Rulik burned into the fight, but there's so little HP on this T side left. After the dust settles, they're gonna have to walk out of this play just a little bit here, hoping that they can catch Carver. Oh, and just about spotted Bagel. Silent dismount, and we'll be able to claim a freebie right there and open up that A site just a tad bit more.
But it's all a fake. He's selling this completely, and you're getting 2 rotations, even a third from Noto moving in through the canals, and Bagel has just given a free route for the remaining 3 Chicken Coop members into that B bomb site. Whether they know it or not, now Noto will have a quick flank. He'll try to wrap all the way through, but Bagel has been able to get out safely and can deal with this threat if he has his wits about him, but he doesn't. Noto catches a back turn, and it's just 3v3 with low HP bars across the board for Chicken Coop, bar B-Nox.
Yes, through pretty quickly. Oh, Frizzy. Tough angle to deal with that flank in particular. And it's just a low HP Janji now left standing here. A tough challenge ahead. Had to find those quick headshots and cannot bring it home. So that's going to be a nice retake, comfortably pulled together there despite losing that bomb site. Those pose plants eventually get punished.
That's more like it there. A little worrying. Especially that they allowed Bagel to just leave A main like that, but still had the right idea in terms of the communication that he did escape, still found a way to plug that hole. and very stellar in the retake. Nobody missing a beat. This is much more put together here from Worms, and you're still getting their signature style kind of mixed in. Chicken Coop will have to take a little bit of a save. And I always feel like on half by rounds like this, you want to get down and dirty. You want to try to beat utility a lot of times. And you want to do it together, but they're a little bit segmented here. And instead they'll get peppered away by utility. And this complete slowdown gives Worms an opportunity to get a little aggressive outside B main. False information gained for Noto, though. That could come back to haunt them. Especially considering 3 players bearing down on E-Box here. As soon as this fades, Rulik will have a face full of lead and some flashes to boot. Rulik will hit the dirt. The B bomb site's open for business, and it's a 5v4 with pistols and an A1S.
Yeah, it all comes off the back of that false information right there. They evacuate the B side, leave a player in E-Box who's just way too low. And retake still on here. Deagle's out, but Stanfix starting to pull it back into the favor of the CT side. Frizzy, Jonji, they got themselves a nice little crossfire, but one of the pieces just pops, and now it's just going to be Frizzy left standing. Can't win the duel up against Noto. Opportunity for them to continue winning ways on the CT side. Not the easiest of rounds coming through for them, but they're able to very efficiently pull these retakes off when need be.
Yeah, and I think, again, just having a little bit of chemistry between some of these players looks very good. Finding a lot more impact in terms of that tethering. Another purchase will be out here for Chicken Coop. Very, very happy with the bomb plant max loss bonus rolling in. Every bell and whistle that you could ask for, you name it, they got it. But now it's a question of putting pen to paper and actually converting these rounds that, honestly, in a lot of situations, feel favorable for the teams to kind of convert. Flash in the face of Sofer, that might have been a team, or a CT flash there. And that actually has to force Sofer off of the angle. Stanfix is pushed all the way through the canals, though. And alongside his teammate, a real opportunity here to claim some deep map control. Bagel also might be led a false sense of security. Taggy is aware of the possibility, though, trying to clear out every deep crevice and crack here in the water side. And he reads it. He reads Stanfix like a book and gets that 5v3 locked and loaded for Chicken Coop.
Now Sofer trying to pull it back here. He needs to, but it's just such a wild position from Frizzy, and he actually gets both of them surprised. As he hides inside of the window for so long, and as soon as he steps forward, he just got 2 completely caught off guard targets right there for the first round on the board. And again, these retakes are proven to be a little bit costly, but they'll be able to keep up a purchase in some form or fashion. You see that Sofer immediately gets onto the AWP. Stanfix by on a second, actually, which for Anubis CT sides can actually just help you out a lot. And getting your positioning makes it easier to hold down the line on some of these positions. But when they meet head on right there, B-Nux coming out on top versus the primary. Now Stanfix with the secondary. Not very close by, but could still be surprising. And they'll take that advantage. They don't want to really press it any further now for Chicken Coop. Not just yet, at least. Shot misses from Stanfix, and he's going to get overwhelmed for sure. Frizzy, 2 quarters for comfort, but now able to fight on all fronts. Stanfix! Oh my god, a no-scope! Almost certainly overwhelmed, but he managed to fight his way through. Now he needs some teammates. He needs some support system to come through as well. Noto misses his op shot and his chance to offer up any sort of support. Now Stanfix is going to be able to at least chase down this rotate. A chance to beat him to the punch here. He's finally hit the shift key, starting to slow down his aggression into the realms of possibility. Met by a molly, won't be able to disrupt the plant at the very least. He's going to have to wait out this Molotov as well. It's going to fade away. Beanox might meet him head on here. Could actually surprise him, but walks right into the crosshair instead. And that will be another round secured despite his best efforts right there.
Yeah, beautiful sequence there from Stanfix, man. I mean, that no-scope is immaculate. Pretty long range as well. But still manages to get it done. That's what you like to see. But now, Worms cannot convert off the back of that. And they will have to take an eco. One deagle for Noto, a deagle for Stanfix as well. 8-2 to start things out. And you got a little bit of a slowdown here. Aggression from B main. I tell a lie. There is no slowdown when it comes to Worms, no matter what the buy is. But Bagel has found himself another kill. This AK should not be recoverable, considering you got a wrap from Taggy and a Guardian Angel in Frizzy. Just Carver remaining on this A site, and Beanox will take care of business there. So 4-3, we get it as level as we can. And an opportunity for Worms to hold on to the lead, more importantly.
We'll see what they have here now. No ops in the server. Stanfix looked like he could pick up the sticks just as good. And now we've got a situation in which that's a big advantage for the T side. Chauncey opening it up, and again, mid-round, rubbing it in. Oh, and the spam continues to roll out. Sofer evading the bullets for now. Gonna push through eventually, and he gets his teammates revenge as well. Yeah, but at least pull it back into a 4v4, catching Johnny supplies, but Frizzy still standing so far out middle. Didn't anticipate that. Now Sofer desperately moving through the smoke, but they're just going to run into the meat grinder. They still put it into a 1v1 despite falling through the flames. And late to the scene here is Bagel on his A lurking. He's got to be the hero.
How's he going to piece this one together? Smoke in his face. A full expectation that the CT is holding it right behind, but all the meanwhile, Noto has completely hoodwinked him. He's wrapped all the way around, and as this smoke continues to be pressed up against Bagel's face, he'll be blindsided by a backstab in just a mere couple of seconds. At this point, Noto can just play for the plant, and Bagel will have absolutely zero idea that this is a possibility. I mean, this is over. This is a 1v1 won by Noto. You'd like to think unless Bagel considers moving back to the B bomb site, but he doesn't. He should have spotted out the shoulder there. And I think it was, yeah, it was calmed over. It must have been calmed over. And he turns back over and wins it. That's an unlikely clutch to win. I do feel like Noto overcomplicated that one.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been seen right there as he's diving out into heaven. You know, a little blimp pops up on the minimap, something like that. But you got enough information to at least secure the round and take the advantage swing right there. Tough way for such a fine clutch to try and close it out. Just missed opportunity right there in the end, costing them dearly. Nate's traded back and forth, both handshakes going out. They're playing from 3 quarters here. Stanfix with the Mag 7. The one-shot gun's looking good in his hands here, and got it with the Mag 7 as well. Attacky putting the pressure on a main, but there's no way Carver can really comfortably move out of this position. He's low HP, and one bullet does him in. Provide some access into this A bomb site with bomb in his control. Should be pretty comfortable. Try and lock in those digits.
Wow. They're so nervous about A main, but that's not where the pressure's coming from. It's from camera. Both players spotted, one taken down. It's all up to Sofer in the 1v2. Pinned from both angles now. He's got to segment 1v1 out, and he'll find his man there, but can't connect the shot just yet. Here comes Beanox, though, walking through the smoke, and he's completely unaware, Sofer. Chicken Coop reclaimed themselves the lead, and it took a little bit, but they get the job done.
They get the job done. Finished. Closed out. I tell you what, no matter how you get the job done, feels good to finish it. A win is a win. Even if the score is no longer 4-3. It's now 4-5 instead. But a win is a win, and we'll take it in the end. As they try and close out even more on this T side. Rulik, oh, big shots in the back.
No!
Okay. No! Wait, he's gonna get more than one. He's trying to backstab.
Hey man, Anchor got his kill.
That's what you have to do. Some people talk about staying alive or getting a multi-kill. He's about the money, and you gotta respect your bag. As Carver now able to close out the final two with his MP9. He's making a bag of his own. Locking in a couple MP9 kills and picking up an AWP. All things go here for Worms. They claim 5.
Goodness me, man. Hey, again, a lot of knife kills in this game, in this series as well. 2 on Nuke. We've gotten 1 here on Anubis. Let's get to 4. Let's get to 5. Why not?
I respect it. I'm with you. You know, let's keep that counter up. See how far we can pull this thing off.
Oh, look at this. Just charging through A main. Straight into a fight on a Bagel. Dink is connecting on, but no kill found, and they've lost a kill on the deep bomb side as well to make matters worse. Carver's been spotted, and at this point, it's all about damage control for Worms. They've got to figure out where the crux of this attack is coming from, and they'll go hunting for it. All the way through A main goes Carver and Sofer. And they're back in the E-box where they started. But it's a freeze from Chicken Coop as well. So neither one of these teams really sussing out where the other is. And at this point, if I'm Chicken Coop, I just want to group and go.
I try and speed things up a little bit here, see if they can't make that work. AWP trying to poke through E-box right now, and oh, it's good timing. Taking down Carver, trying to split his attention. Just a little too many access points for him to cover. Open a bomb site here, free of charge. Rotation's going to be delayed as they head in through beach instead, and that's going to provide valuable time for them to get into post plants now. Even extra molly here. I wonder if that fully covers it off. It seems like they could still scale with it, but that's if they're interested in making this retake happen. With 2 ops, might be more interesting to call it a save. Although for now, just seems like a reposition in towards camera.
You could have a look in your stand fix, but nothing's really been given to him. And I think Chicken Coop are also of the mind that this one's done and dusted. Look, if you can contest for that 6th round, you'll be happy if you're the CT side. I mean, honestly, they can be happy with the hole that they have right now, let alone 6 rounds. But holding on to these guns will still give a little bit of potency. This is crazy. This is crazy. Why? Why? I mean, you know they're rotating through A main. You can't save the gun that way. And instead, it's just Sofer with an AWP saved over. That was a little lax.
That'd be a good way to describe the Worms team here. Laxed. You know, a little bit loose. Chaotic. Chicken Coop's letting it sink in right now with a timeout.
Well done. Chicken Coop now looking to claim the half win off the back of what Worms have left on offer. It's a 2 Famai. You say Famas? Do you say Famai?
I'm a Famas.
What's the technical term? Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, Falmai would just feel like a right solution. I don't know. Anyways, Janji rushing in through the A bomb site, finds Carver, and there's only one player on that A site proper, so it's gonna have to be a retake here for Worms, but they're getting pushed away by all of this utility. They're gonna keep cycling through it, and bodies will continue to hit the floor with Phoenox finding one.
Lock it down from here. Nato, though, able to surprise in heaven, but he's the only one able to find anything at this point in time. Frizzy, with the closing frag right there, will close out the half with another 5-7 scoreline. We'll be back shortly here.
Back to it here on Anubis with Chicken Coop taking on Worms 7-5 here. An opportunity for Worms after having a pretty solid defensive haul, showcasing that a little bit of aggression can go a long way. I'm Paladin, joined by Exner here to take you through the second half. Look at this, straight away aggression in through that A main side, and they're going to keep it simple as usual.
Why not? Why change things up here? Just keep it aggressive, keep it in their face, and look for those trades, as they have been able to do so. Getting some access in towards this A side. The Lurk Smoke might provide some coverage, or it might allow for these dual Baradas to dice him up effectively, and Frizzy will do just that. And the closing effort, Chicken Coop, well handled on the A side play there, able to overwhelm the aggressive stature of Worms.
Yeah, big work there from Frizzy on those dual Berettas. And sometimes it can be difficult to burst into that A bomb site if you can't find that initial connection and completely go in. They throw in that flash at the base of A main, and it slows them down just a tad to let these CTs get completely rested and ready to go. And now you've got Beanox getting frisky out in through the A main. He's into T steps as well. He can continue this aggression and try to get this MP9 active, rack up some cash. But unfortunately, there's no immediate player close by. So you'll just tentatively approach. There was a boost with 2 kills available, but now he'll start to move a little bit faster. Now I say that, he's just going to cordon him off. So never mind.
All those sweet ecos he's missing out on. He's got to speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, come on now. That's a rookie move.
Look at the ecos. There he goes. He turns the corner with some speed there towards the tail end. Closing out the finishing blow there in the round. Getting himself a couple nice eeks. Before we hop
Well,
into the
that's what you
first
love
gun
to
run.
see. Looks like they'll hold on to all of these MP9s. Which, why not? You made a lot of money off of them, and you can still have some potency with this gun on this map. And it's a couple of Mac 10s here for both Sofer and Carver. Maybe something a little pacey here, and of course it's going to be pacey. We've got a 1 lurking player off of the A side, but immediately met with utility are the Worms T side. Chanji takes significant damage and won't be able to really offer too much of a helping hand. And with all that utility, Worms will decide to maneuver around the map to the other end.
A lot of resistance here. This has got some different layers to it that are interesting to see from the side of Worms. That smoke fades away. Frizzy didn't look like it was in his favor, but he still transitions a kill out of it. Trade is very swift, though. So a little 1-for-1 action here with a lot of low HP bars. And again, we're seeing a bit of a slower nature to the approach here from the Worms camp. Looking to play with their food at the moment. They got a golden opportunity to overwhelm the A side if that's where the intended target is. So making a lot of noise as he's running away, so there's no secret about it now. Bagel with a very difficult position, but keeps his distance up against the Mac 10. Cannot find it though on Noto. Another quick trade from him. And that'll put it on the A bomb site here pretty comfortably.
Very doable round there for Frizzy. Frizzy was the one in heaven? I have short term
I think it was
memory.
Bagel.
No, that was Bagel, right. It would be Bagel, right. Frizzy was the one that fought mid. Possible there, but just slightly off the mark. A little bit of cash found here from Taggy, and he's having a little bit of a look-see considering he's got a kit involved here, but no way to read that there's still a Heaven player right next to him. And in 3, 2, 1. A couple of body shots there from Noto. And they'll hold on to the guns. Of course, the Anubis bomb is nothing more than a toy C4.
Yeah, it doesn't do too much right there. Not a massive concern. Don't have to run too far away there before you get out of dodge. They'll be able to continue to count things up here. On the side of the Worms on the T side, getting on the board here. It's a very good sign, and again, it comes down to, you know, maybe a little bit of initial poking and prodding, but slowing things down and actually having to do some mid rounds here, which was impressive. Seems like they can add an extra element here to Anubis T sides here, but the defense feeling a lot of pressure right now. HE combo there inside of Temple. The positioning already is so strong, and they're looking to further extend it out towards this A side. Bagel needs the multi, but again, Noto's been so efficient with these trades. Continues to provide this team some access into this bomb site. Has to recover the bomb though, mission number 1, and should be comfortable to do so.
He is getting wrapped by Sofer all the way from B, and that should have been a connection there for Taggy. Read that all out. B bomb side open for business, and Sofer will decide to take long side. Jonji now caught between two minds, whether he wants to chase after the A play or the smoke and mirrors behind him and Sofer. Neither decision seemed to be the right one, and instead he'll have to bound down into canals and try to play this 2v1. One that he's certainly not favored in, considering he's got no kit, a weakened bit of weaponry as well, and now should be dead to rights, but Noda finds a death, and Sofer will be there to convert. So, all good from Worms, but man, oh man, this unbridled aggression is really kind of causing some issues here for Chicken Coop.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting themselves into some pretty devastating positions in the early rounds, and makes it very difficult to try and recover. You're again kind of leaning in towards needing some, big time multi kills or something of that nature to get back into these rounds. It's not an easy task. So Worms looking for a decent fight back there. Sofer looking for a fight out of the gates, and we'll be able to win one of those. Follow up, not so much. It does call in for the rest of his squad, though, to reposition into the A bomb site. They're starting to lose names, though. They're losing out to the USBs on the A side. More dinks coming through, and this round is just falling to pieces.
Oh, that's brutal. I mean, you put in all the hard work. You got the job done. You decided to default out of nowhere, and look what it gets you. A 1v4 required from Nodo. Bomb is on the other side of the map. At this point, the name of the game is for Nodo to shave some players off. Make this a little bit more manageable, but they're playing the buddy system. They're playing in an available trade situation, and Jonji will get it done with a deagle. An unlikely way to get double digits, but it's double digits nonetheless for Chicken Coop. And look what that does to the money of Worms. It's a disgusting buy, frankly, to try and hold on to this double eco scenario. And if they drop the ball here, Cole, it's knocking on the door at 12.
Yeah, we're absolutely there. That's a huge lifeline handed out to this team right now that was definitely struggling to figure out ways to try and close out this one, comfortably. Wanted to be able to lock this one in without any questions. But now it gets a whole lot more difficult. Coming back on this T side, I mean, that's not a hard task at all, but you got to be able to convert, and it's those, ecos that they do play a little bit lightly there. They separate a little bit too much, and we saw some of that on Nuke that still cost them quite a bit.
Well, what they can get done here. They've just used all of their util in the first 10 seconds of the round, but they've still gotten themselves an opening kill, and that's what matters. They've taken down Jonji, and they're going to try to push the issue onto Taggy, and Taggy can't jostle in that spray. Luckily, Beanox is there to pick up the pieces. Quick double for him brings us into a 2v2. Bomb dropped at the base of B main. And Beanox is continuing to click onto bodies. It's just Rulik left in the 1v2. He's got a Tech 9, and he's got some advantageous positioning. A wrap into Temple could be a surprise, but Frizzy is watching for this position. The possibility of this is definitely in the minds of the defense. And here comes Rulik to swing out, and he finds his man. Beanox has to hit the close range op shot, and he does. The double eco doesn't work out here. The force buy denied from Worms. And now, what do? Kind of a poison chalice situation. Do you invest completely and give them 12? Or do you save and also potentially give them 12?
Definitely got to pick your poison, and it looks like they're looking to play for some overtime here with the current availability of weaponry that they bring to the table. See how good these flashes are to get them on in, try and get some opening duels. See if they can maybe change that story. But difficulties here and holding off right now. The Molly's looking pretty decent. Bomb plant at least locked in minimum. What else can they make of this? Now with no firepower, Bagel gets put down by his teammate. Frizzy looking like he's just kill hungry right now after that HE. And the Deagle continues to try and rain out, but only for so long before it gets bested.
That's an absolute atom bomb from Frizzy there. Just dropping it onto the A site, taking down 2 with him. Yes, they're unarmored, but it looks cool. We can talk about it. And 5 opportunities now for Chicken Coop to close this one out. AK's across the board here for the T side. Scratch that. Sofer with the AWP, who has had his moments across this series. We'll need to dig deep here and find an opportunity to drag this T side back into contention. You kind of feel like this T side has sputtered to life in some instances and completely fallen flat in others. We've got to find a way to, again, bottle that consistency into a pressure situation like this. And look at this. Frizzy aggressive into B main. Flash is good for stand fix, but he hasn't cleared it out completely. He doesn't think that this position is clear, and Frizzy will find that opening kill. And Frizzy will stick around. He wants more. He'll take down Ruik as well. Upgrades to that AK, and he'll continue to scrap. With Sofer having the bomb, though, he can't really duel. He's got to allow for Frizzy to escape. And with that, a 4v3 opportunity to close this series out.
Good chance here. Try and lock it down. Landing ahead of that smoke. There's a slim margin right there. And with the knife out, getting caught by Bagel. Just a tough timing. Drops the bomb once again. Carver looking for the multi here. Misses his first chance, though. Knocked out by Taggy in the end. And it's a very confident victory. They took that, USP eco, and they didn't look back afterwards. A huge turn.